Welcome to BrainTrek. How much do you really know about the Olympics, from ancient Greece to modern times? Today we'll put your knowledge to the test with 40 true or false questions. You'll have just 10 seconds to answer each one, so get ready to dive into the world of Olympic history and fun facts. Without further ado, let's get started. The Olympics were originally held in ancient Greece over 2,000 years ago. True. The Olympics began in ancient Greece, honoring Zeus, starting in 776 BC. The Olympic Games were exclusively for men in ancient Greece. True. Only men competed in ancient Olympics, as women were prohibited from competing or watching. The Winter Olympics began before the Summer Olympics. False. Summer Olympics began in 1896, while the Winter Olympics started in 1924. Olympic medals are made of pure gold. False. Olympic gold medals are mostly silver, with a thin gold plating due to cost. The Olympic torch relay began in ancient Greece. False. The Olympic torch relay started in 1936 in Berlin, connecting modern games to ancient Greece. The 5 Olympic rings represent the continents of the world. True. The rings represent the participating continents: Africa, the Americas, Asia, Europe, and Oceania. Athletes are only allowed to participate in one Olympic event. False. Athletes can participate in multiple events if they qualify. Only one city has hosted both Summer and Winter Olympics. True. Beijing hosted both, Summer in 2008 and Winter in 2022. The Olympic Games have been canceled 3 times due to war. True. Canceled during one by 1916 and WIT, 1940 and 1944. The modern Olympics were revived by a Frenchman named Pierre de Coubertin. True. Pierre de Coubertin led the revival in the late 19th century. The Olympics has always featured a torch lighting ceremony. False. The torch lighting was introduced in 1928 at the Amsterdam Olympics. The US has won the most medals in Olympic history. True. The US holds the highest medal count due to consistent participation and success. Athletes from any age can compete in the Olympics. True, Ethan. While most sports allow various ages, some have specific age limits. The Summer and Winter Olympics are held in the same year. False. Staggered starting in 1994, previously held in the same year. The Olympic motto is Citius, Altius, Fortius, meaning faster, higher, stronger. True, the motto reflects the spirit of athletic excellence. Boxing is not an Olympic sport. False. Boxing was added in 1904 and remains an Olympic sport. The Olympics were once held in Stockholm, Sweden. True. Stockholm hosted the 1912 Summer Olympics. Athletes take an oath before competing in the Olympics. True. Athletes pledged to compete with honor and fairness during the opening ceremony. Snowboarding was part of the first Winter Olympics. False. Snowboarding joined in 1998, not the first Winter Games. The Summer Olympics feature a game called underwater swimming. False. Underwater swimming isn't an Olympic event, though diving and swimming are. The Olympic Games are overseen by the International Olympic Committee, IOC. True. The IOC is the main governing body for the Olympic Games. The United Kingdom has hosted the Olympics 4 times. False. The UK has hosted 3 times, 1908, 1948, 2012. The Olympic mascot tradition started in the 1980s. False. The first mascot was introduced in 1968 in Grenoble, France. Olympic athletes can be disqualified for violating Olympic spirit rules. True. Athletes can be disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct. The first modern Olympic Games were held in Athens, Greece. True. The 1896 Olympics were held in Athens, marking the start of the modern era. The Tokyo 2020 Olympics were postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. True. Tokyo 2020 was rescheduled to 2021 due to COVID-19. Basketball was introduced to the Olympics in 1936. True. Basketball made its Olympic debut at the 1936 Berlin Games. The marathon race length was set to 26.2 miles at the 1908 London Olympics. True. The 26.2-mile length was set in 1908 to accommodate Queen Alexandra's viewing preference. The Olympics have never been held in South America. False. Rio de Janeiro hosted the 2016 Olympics, the first in South America. Gymnastics is the oldest Olympic sport. False. Wrestling and athletics date back further, making them older than gymnastics. Only host countries' athletes can light the Olympic cauldron. False. Any notable athlete or group, often from various countries, may light the cauldron. Olympic events are held every 4 years without exception. False. The games were canceled during World War I and II. Athletes have to cover their own travel costs to the Olympics. False. Most athletes are funded by their national Olympic committees or sponsors. The Olympic flag was first flown in 1900. False. The flag debuted at the 1920 Antwerp Olympics. New sports can be introduced to the Olympics by the host country. True. Host countries can propose sports to the IOC for inclusion, like karate in Tokyo 2020. The Olympic flame remains lit throughout the Games. True. The flame is continuously lit from the opening to the closing ceremony. Greece always leads the Olympic parade at the opening ceremony. Greece leads to honor the origin of the Olympics. Olympic athletes cannot compete for different countries in different games. False. Athletes may switch countries if they meet certain residency requirements. Golf was permanently added to the Olympics in 1900. False. Golf returned in 2016 after a 112-year absence. Every Olympic host country receives the Olympic rings as a gift. False. The rings are symbolic, but are not gifted physically to each host country. Great job, BrainTrek Explorers! How many did you get right? Comment your score below and let us know if you're ready for more challenges. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay tuned for more quizzes. See you next time on BrainTrek.